Hello everyone, my name is Robin and RWBY will be available to stream on Hulu in the United States starting on July 5th. This announcement was made Tuesday, July 1st, before Anime Expo in this coming weekend. Additionally, all 9 volumes are discounted on Apple TV from now until July 9th. They are half off at $4.99 each if you were to purchase them digitally there. Based on what I am seeing, this is US only. Of course, Hulu is also only available in the United States, and there is no word currently if RWBY will be available outside of Hulu or otherwise outside of the United States at the time of recording. If they announce a more broad availability for RWBY in the future, I will make a note of that in the description as well, so please be sure to check that out so you can stay in the know about that. The current answer appears to be no, it is not more broadly available. However, there is precedent for these Hulu releases to be available on Disney Plus or Star or another streaming platform, depending on your region, as was the case for Bleach: The Thousand Year Blood War. We'll still have to see how wide of a release Viz Media makes it if they do push the show internationally, but for now that is something to look out for. And as it appears, that leak was not fake. There was a legitimate leak a couple weeks back, which of course I made a video about. People saw RWBY listed on Hulu's website for upcoming releases, though it was listed as July 1st at the time, and within hours of noticing, RWBY was removed from that list. I shared this graphic at the time. This was not a doctored graphic, not a deep fake, it wasn't fake in any regards, it was what the website looked like at the time. People saw RWBY listed on the website officially. As for why it was listed as RWBY the Complete Series, that was odd. It did strike me as suspicious in a sense for a show that is conveyed to be ongoing as complete. But with a deeper look, it seems that Hulu is used to referring to its content in that way, as you can see here, and it may not have gotten the memo. Also, these are the releases for July 5th, so it looks like Hulu needs to add RWBY back onto their list. And as it turns out, we did not need to wait for Anime Expo to hear about any of this. It is still possible that Viz Media gives a nod to RWBY at the event with more details, but any of that sort of news would be short and sweet enough for them to include it with this announcement as well. So I doubt that there is anything more for them to share right now, personally. And lastly, as ever, it seems that there is always more work to do. There is always some kind of an asterisk as far as making RWBY available again after Rooster Teeth was shut down. The show proper is now available physically and digitally for purchase as well as via streaming, but only in the United States and partially in Canada depending on the method. The music is back on streaming platforms, mostly, given that both Viz Media and Jeff Williams have released it for that. And I do feel that it's worthwhile to mention that the score music for volumes 1 through 6 is still not officially available anywhere, and Viz Media still needs to release all of the first 6 OSTs. Not to mention other shows like RWBY Chibi, Grim Campaign, those sorts of things. Bernie Burns is getting the Rooster Teeth website back online. His Morning Somewhere podcast patrons have access to a beta version of the website as it will be. But he has said that RWBY is with Viz Media now, and thus Rooster Teeth does not have the rights to distribute the show anymore. I'm not saying any of this disparagingly. It's a tall order to get all of this squared away again when the work was already done in a former life. It's important to see that, as I said previously, Viz Media is making moves with the RWBY IP. For example, there is that market research survey. It is still open, and you can still fill it out if you want to share your thoughts and perspectives about the franchise. I linked that in the description below along with all of my sources, so please do check that out, as well as if you want an update about RWBY's availability outside of the United States, as I mentioned earlier. I'll also add any information that I might have missed in the process of making this video. RWBY still has a way to go to get where it used to be, but I'm keeping you in the loop as much as I can. So for further RWBY news videos as they come, please like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. I'm Robin Rising. Have a good one.